Hello and welcome to another video. I'd like to talk about free speech versus defamation. Here, the listing of defamation is a false statement of fact published to a third party that harms a person's or entity's reputation, causing damage to their personal or professional standing. It is the umbrella term for both libel, and slander. Libel is written, slander is spoken. Key elements of a defamation claim. To succeed in a defamation lawsuit, the following elements generally must be proven. A false statement of fact. The statement must be presented as fact, not just a negative opinion, and it must be provably false. Publication communication. The statement was communicated to at least one person other than the subject. Fault. The person making the statement acted with at least negligence. Public figures must prove actual malice. That's knowledge of falsity or reckless disregard for the truth. It damages or harms. The statement caused actual damage to the reputation of the person or entity. Common types of examples are libel, that's written, published, or broadcasted defamation, newspaper articles, social media posts; slander, spoken or oral defamation, verbal comments or rumors; defamation per se, specific types of statements. Example, falsely accusing someone of a crime, infectious disease, or professional incompetence that are considered so damaging that are actionable without proof of actual harm. That's weird. Limits to defamation law. Opinion. Protected by the First Amendment. If the statement cannot be proven true or false, it is generally not considered defamatory. Truth. A true statement, regardless of how damaging, is not considered defamation. Parody or satire. Humorous content that a reasonable person would not believe to be true is typically protected. The defamation is largely governed by state law and varies in standards and penalties, potentially resulting in civil liability, according to information from the Wex Legal Information Institute and whatever NOLO is. So when does free speech become defamation? It's kind of hard to tell there. They say that free speech includes, the protection of opinions, whether they be negative or otherwise. But it's like all legal terms are. There's a little bit of gray area there, right? Like, so with the case of Ryan Upchurch, if you're not familiar, go ahead and look that up. He's documented it himself on his own channel. Plenty of other YouTubers follow that. You can Google search the case itself. And if you haven't heard of the missing person, Kaylee Rodney, I believe. I'm not sure on that one. Basically, Upchurch was making videos questioning the reality of the situation for him. He didn't even think that this person who went missing was a real person. And he said, prove that this is a real person. And apparently that was enough to be he's in court now, and the case is proceeding for defamation, presented by the father and grandfather of the missing girl, the Rodney family. And I find it weird. And this also goes in with other case precedents now that have been set with, like Alex Jones, who made comments about how the Sandy Hook shooting was fake and was all staged and this, that, and other. That was his opinion. Maybe he presented it as like, "Oh, this is my opinion. It's got to be real." He got sued for millions and millions of dollars for that. His channel's been taken away. His company's been taken away, basically bankrupting him at that point, just for saying something that goes against whatever the story is, true or otherwise. So my concern is that they are trying to make it a point where free speech is limited to what they agree with. And that's not what the First Amendment was there for. The First Amendment is to protect those talking shit to those in power, talking shit about those in power. Now, defamation, again, another legal loophole that allows people to sue for shit that they don't like to hear. Hey man, it's your opinion, and it can only be an opinion unless it's stated as a fact, followed up with evidence, right? And then you're presenting some evidence towards something. You're not just saying your opinion. Quite frankly, in my opinion, you should be entitled to say whatever you want, even ugly shit that people don't like. That's free speech. Sorry, not sorry. So if you have any comments on this, go ahead and leave them down on the video. I'm thinking about doing a live later. Perhaps we can have a discussion with the people who join. Hopefully the chat works. Last live, the chat went out. I just cut it short because it was just me talking, and I didn't know if I was getting feedback. So we'll give that a shot again later today, I believe. I do thank you for checking in. Mad respect. Merry Wednesday. I am Frank White.